Hi, welcome to my page. My name is Cassie. If you're new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. This week, we are going to talk about financial abundance and how God blessed me with the sale of my house. So, to kind of go back, when I first started on my journey and thought that, things were going to be so much different, right, than what they truly are. I thought I was going to just, win the lottery, right? I thought, okay, God was going to put his voodoo things out or whatever and allow me to, win the lottery. But as I started doing some research on that whole process, that didn't seem to be the right thing for me neither, because it was very public. Then in the state that I live in, everybody would know, and then you would think people are so happy these days, they want to sue you for looking at them wrong, or whatever. So I was just like, oh, I definitely don't want to go down that route. So it was a little while later, I ended up hiring a life coach, and we kind of talked about some of the different stressors, and I was under a lot of financial stress with being a single income on the house, and kind of when I got divorced or going through the divorce process, I took the responsibility of the house and all the debt and everything that came along with it from my ex-husband. And plus then, when I sell the house or whatever the situation was, I had to pay him out too. So, there was some different financial barriers there that I had to kind of work through. So, my life coach was like, how do you feel about selling your house? And, at the point, to be honest, it just was like, oh yeah, I think I would be able to do it. It didn't feel, like it was going to be like a bad thing. Right. And so, that kind of put into my spirit last year. And, they said what I understood was around springtime, late spring to early summer. So I was thinking that, I would probably be selling the house, late May, early June, if that really was going to be what God wanted, because I really wasn't 100% sure. Oh, excuse me. I really wasn't 100% sure if this was really what I was going to do, or what, if this was going to be what was best for me. So, but I had the conversation, and I guess that gave God the green light to say, okay, we're going to do this. Right. And so then, I was in the process of, I was already kind of in the process even before this conversation, to be honest, of, decluttering and reorganizing and getting rid of things and all of that, and just kind of, remaking the house mine after the divorce. Or after, he moved out, because our divorce still wasn't finalized at that point, but we were in the process of getting divorced. So, then, it kind of came on suddenly, because like I said, I was thinking it was going to happen late May, early June, and I ended up, talking with some realtors, and the realtors are like, no, we need to have this done in early May. So I was coming in a month basically earlier than what I wanted to, or not that I was kind of planning on. But thankfully, I already kind of started the process, and I had family over in April, and we started painting and doing things like that. Because if I didn't do it that way, I don't think I would have ever been able to put the house up for sale in the time frame I did, because we were still under the gun with the things that I wanted to do, you know, freshly paint. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was like still getting stuff out of the house and just making it where, you know, it is looks good for like the pictures and stuff like that to sell, right? So and you know, taking like the pictures down of me and stuff like that, so then it didn't look like people were living there. I don't know, that's what they say to do these days. So that's what I kind of did. But you know, so I ended up talking to my realtors. We ended up putting it up for sale, you know, pretty early, like I said, pretty much earlier than what I was originally expecting. And you know, I was under the gun, but I was able to get it thankfully all done. And so pictures were done, it went live online, and then, you know, we had open houses, or it was like open for people to make appointments and come in for like 5 days to kind of, you know, review the house, see if they seen themselves living there and if they were interested in stuff. And then we also had an open house on Saturday for a few hours. And, you know, after the open house, all my neighbors were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how many people were here. There was just so, you know, so many cars and da-da-da-da. So, you know, I knew definitely that this was all God's doing. So God brought in people, and I ended up getting 13 offers on my house, and I accepted the best one after, you know, talking with my realtor and stuff like that. So, you know, it was great. And then they also, you know, they wanted to kind of close kind of early, so that kind of worked out because, you know, well, it was kind of a little bit stressful for a while, but it ended up working out in the best way it could. And we ended up closing by the end of June, which was the goal. So it all worked out that way. Now, you know, I took the best offer, and that offer ended up getting me to a point where I can pay off all the debt that was involved in the house. I paid off my ex-husband. So, you know, his portion of the sale of the house was paid off, and I was able to pay off all of my debt. So now today, as I sit here recording this video, I am 100% debt free. Besides, I still have my car loan. But besides that, like I said, I am 100% debt free. Besides, you know, I still rent, so I have my monthly mortgage, but all credit card bills, all of that stuff is all just paid off. So, and then I also have enough to, you know, where I have a nice savings now. So it was to the point where, you know, I wasn't even sure how I was going to put food on the table and be able to pay my bills, to now where I can, you know, have a cushion of savings and also be debt free. And it's been so freeing having that stress come off of me, because, you know, it was a lot of stress. Everything was on me. So, and, you know, even though at times I was trying to do like the Uber stuff, I was trying to do the grocery shopping thing too, and nothing was really panning out. And honestly, like the Uber rides and stuff like that, like I wasn't even making that much money, because by the time, you know, I drove all over the place picking and dropping people off, and so the money that I did make basically covered the gas cost, because I wasn't able to do it like 25 hours. You know, I was just trying to go out there like 4 hours, maybe one night, 2 night tops, so maybe 8 hours a week. And it really just wasn't beneficial at that point to do it. So, you know, so even trying to do those different things to try to, you know, bring in some extra money really, like I said, it didn't pan out. So it really wasn't worth putting all the extra mileage on your car, being out, sometimes I was out until like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night because I was just trying to, I couldn't get out there until after 5 anyway. So I was just trying to get my 4 or 5 hours in and stuff like that. So, I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that anymore neither. And honestly, I don't want to put all that wear and tear nor that mileage on my new vehicle. So that's definitely not an option for me today. But, I did try a lot of different situations to kind of help while I was going through like my divorce and trying to pay for everything and make sure that me and my kids were good, because that's my top priority, is making sure that the kids and I were good, that my bills were paid, and that we had food on the table. And so, we weren't able to go on big vacations or anything like that, but our necessities were taken care of. So that was good. But it was, like I said, it was pretty stressful. So I'm so happy today that I don't have that stress anymore. And I can now, seeing that all of my debt is paid off, I can live much more freely. Not that everything is gonna be gumballs and rainbows and stuff, but it's definitely it's a lot better than what it was. So if you are like thinking like, okay, well, maybe you feel like God put something in your spirit and you're like, whoa, I don't know if I want to do this, what I would do is make sure that you pray about it, and then also kind of think of what can this, if you do what he's asking you to do, what does that look like for your future, right? Maybe not right at this moment, but what can that look like for your future? So for me, I sold my house and all of that because it offered me to become financially stable and debt-free. And I'm hoping, in the future, one of the things that I want to work towards is becoming financially free. So I want to have financially freedom where I'm not working just to pay my bills or, whatever, that I can have an abundance of inflow of income, So, so just kind of think of that when you're kind of like saying, well, should I do this? Should I don't do it? All of that good stuff. Because honestly, I've tried to do lots of different things in my own way. Like I was trying to go and do those little side jobs thinking that I was doing myself a favor, but really I was really just doing myself a disservice. It was wasting my time and my money. It was just not something that was good. So, I kind of gave up trying to figure it out in my power, right? Because I just don't have the power to do it. I've tried to do it my whole life. And so I gave the power to God, and I have let him kind of just help run the show. And I kind of follow what he wants me to do. Because, he knows what the future holds for us. And I believe that he truly wants all of us to do well and to be happy and financially free and not struggle and not have to worry about all of the things that we were basically brainwashed to think that this is what we do. Is we, wake up in the morning, we go to work, we come home, we cook dinner, we clean, we take care of the kids, we go to bed and rinse and, rewash or redo, No. That's not what life is really supposed to be like. So I no longer want to live that type of life. So that's why I have definitely just said, okay, let's go. I'm going to do what you want me to do. And, and I haven't regretted that decision yet. And it's been about a year. So, I've healed, I've moved, I've sold my house, I've got a new car, my kids are, doing well. So there's just been lots of good with surrendering the journey to him, to God. So have faith, pray about it, and just believe that everything is going to work out for you, because you have to have that mustard seed of faith, and you also have to believe that it's going to work out, because if you believe that it's not and it's going to be terrible, then that's what you're going to get as well. So think positive, think that this is going to be a great thing for you in your life, and it should manifest into something positive. So I hope that this helps you, figure out if this is something, maybe if you are feeling confused, if you should, follow what God wants you to do, or if you want to try to, follow what your ego wants you to do. Don't follow that ego, because it really doesn't know anything. It just wants to keep you safe, per se, and that safe keeps you in familiar patterns, and you keep on redoing the same thing over and over and over, hoping for a different outcome. And so it just doesn't work. So pray, have faith, believe, and things will work out for you. I hope you have a great day, and God bless. Bye.